Hey guys, welcome to the Tim Lauer podcast where we talk about everything local, politics, real estate, small business. Let's get right into it. Thank you for joining us today, John Tater Harris. Tell us, where'd you get your nickname Tater from?
All right, Tim. So when Mom was pregnant with me, my dad used to rub on her stomach and say, "That's my tater in there." So been called Tater all my life.
Nice. So how come you decided to run for county commission?
Man, I didn't have nothing better to do in life. Just woke up one day. No, I've always had an interest in political office, something I've always wanted to do since I was 18 years old.
Okay.
My teacher, Miss Moss at Satsuma High School, government and economics class, she had us write down our goals. And so we had to trace our hand out on the outline and write down, this is senior year of high school. And one of mine was retire at 45, and one of my goals was to run for office. And at my 10-year class reunion, we got those back, something I'd forgotten about over 10 years. And then a couple of years ago, my mom gave me mine back. And my son graduated in May. He's working as an electrician for my brother's company and Rocher Electric. And, the time we own a small business and the time in my life's right to run. We're here, we're involved in the community, and I think I can make a big difference. There's a lot of good people in office, but I think we can help, with some of my skills and background.
Great. Well, thank you for stepping up. It's very commendable to run for public office. It's oftentimes a thankless job, but it's definitely needed for our quality of life. Now, let me ask you this: what backgrounds or experiences do you have that qualify you for the position?
Well, I'll tell you one thing I love to do is I love to learn, and I learn something new every day. So you're in office now. I'm sure you're learning new stuff every day that you didn't know beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
And so to me, I wake up every day trying to learn something new. Some of my background, I was in project construction management. I started at 18 years old, come straight out of high school, and went straight to working in the paper mill on an outage. Day number one, had to take a day off from the shutdown to go graduate high school. So I was started out in hard work, early, but, we progressed, and I traveled all over the country working on mega projects. And so I spent a lot of time working like on the novella style projects, multi-billion dollar. So we've had people, I've had as many as, 900,000 people under me. I've done financial forecast. You're talking about managing whether it's HR problems, employees, hiring, staffing, budgeting. You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars that you're dealing with. And then you're also responsible for getting things completed on time. You got logistics you're dealing with. So, when you're talking about some of these projects I've been on, 6, 10, 12,000 people on them in one day. So it's basically mini cities. And so I've sat in on meetings, not that I directly control logistics on every project. I don't want to say that. But, you're sitting there trying to figure out how to move 13,000 people in and out of a job site every day. Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily an easy feat. It's kind of like doing a concert, at the wharf or something like that. You're really paying attention to how this goes. They're at more of a disadvantage because everybody leaves at the same time. In the job site, you can kind of structure shifts or schedules and things of that nature to mitigate as much traffic congestion as you can.
Gotcha. Great. So what is in your eyes, what is the county commissioner responsible for?
We're responsible for the county budget.
Okay.
We're responsible for being transparent to our constituents. We're responsible for providing funding to enhance our emergency services. We want to make sure our sheriff's departments are fully funded. We want to make sure our volunteer fire departments are taken care of. We want to make sure our EMS services are top notch. Those are a lot of the big things. You got coroner's office. We help with district attorney's office, whether it's office space, county buildings. You've got county buildings for DMV. There's just a lot of different services there. You got county roads. Infrastructure, would be one of the main things. We've got big budgets. And then we also got to be good stewards and work with our municipalities and our state legislators, because we have to work together as a county to really bring as much as we can to the county. We're not one big city working in one direction. Like when you look at kind of Madison County, you got Huntsville, right? And they're Space Force, and they're kind of driving in one direction. Well, we got 14, I think it's 14 mayors here in the county. And Eastern Shore is a different animal from the Gulf Coast, and
Absolutely.
then you've got the northern end of the county, Bay Minette and Stockton and Little River, which is different from the Eastern Shore or the Gulf Coast, and then you got you got farmland, you've got Summerdale, and you've got Lillian and Alberta, and that's kind of a little bit different. So we're very diverse, but we have to work together to bring some stuff home.
That's a great point. We are such a diverse community. I'm in real estate, and one day I'll be at $1 million turquoise unit, and the next day showing a home in Alberta, and there's a goat in the front yard. So it's a big contrast to the county, and it's great to have those experiences from you're a business owner in Orange Beach, but then you've also done some huge construction projects that kind of gives you some of those qualifications that are looked at. So you talked about the municipalities. What are some ways? Let's start off by, where does the county commission kind of stop or end, and the municipalities begin as far as our infrastructure?
Well, some of the county roads are actually owned by the municipalities. I believe here in Foley, intersection of 12 and 59, County Road 12, that is a city-owned street for a portion of County Road 12, not all of it.
Gotcha.
So, just because it says county road doesn't necessarily mean it's county road. And then you've got state highways, for instance, Canal Road, parts of Canal Road. I know in East Orange Beach, that's owned by the city of Orange Beach, even though that's, state highway.
Gotcha.
So, some of that you really got to dive into. Mm-hmm. But as far as county, we can work together with the municipalities. They started a 30 cube program, which is 50-50 split. The county commission has put together some money. I think that is a great tool for the county commission and the municipalities to work together.
That's right.
I believe there's some ways to enhance that, either with more funding, or some of the cities may not have the funds to match, and there may be some ways to structure them payments in over time or something like that to allow some of the cities with smaller budgets to participate a little bit more in that. So we got to work with everybody and look at all our options on the table.
Great. Yeah. I like the fact of those collaborating ideas to kind of say it's a need for the county and the city. Let's work together on kind of moving forward with that.
Well, at the end of the day, everybody lives in the city, lives in the county, and our job is to take care of our constituents, regardless of whether you live in a city or an incorporated area.
Gotcha.
It's irrelevant to me. You're a citizen of the county, and we want to take care of our constituents.
That's right. That's right. So what are some things you think we could do more efficiently or save money to be more responsible with the taxpayers' dollars?
Well, one, we need to be good stewards. Bureaucracy, there's always room, I believe, for improvements. I don't think anything's run 100% efficiently. You're a business owner. I'm a business owner. We can always find room for improvements. As far as efficiency, you've got government, contracts. You can look at value engineering a little bit more. Okay. Grants is one thing I really want to look at. Maybe we have grant writers from different sectors.
Okay. I don't know about that a little bit more. Yeah.
I don't know how they're structured now, so I don't want to say, hey, but, kind of like stock market, you got energy sector, you got tech sectors, you've got public safety sectors. I would like to see if the grant monies are out there, let's look at what grant monies are out there, and let's get grant writers that may be specific to certain sectors.
That's a great point. There's a lot of money out there that we could be leaving on the table that could bring some funds to our area.
This is true. One of the other things I would also like to look at is, getting together with the other grant writers from the municipalities, and let's kind of create, whether that be a summit or whatever, maybe a couple times a year. Because this grant writer over here in, Fairhope may be working on something that they can use in Alberta or Lillian. And so if we can share the information and get together once or twice a year, I think that would help everybody in the county. Because I mean, if it's good over here, it could be good over here. I mean, there's some ways like that I think we can really improve.
Let's shift gears over into kind of planning and zoning a little bit. Coming from a real estate perspective, what are some ways that you think the county commission can continue to grow sustainably? So let's say infrastructure, maintaining the citizens' quality of life, and then still maintaining an increase of homeowners' property values.
Well, one, we've got to keep our communities like they are. I mean, we can't destroy our communities and turn into concrete jungles. We have to be strategic in what we're doing development-wise. I mean, there's a time and a place for everything. We also don't need 18,000 apartments being built in Foley, Alabama, or wherever. Maybe you disagree and the city disagrees, but I don't think that doesn't increase our property values. So we want to protect our property values, and we want to protect our communities. One, you need to be safe to protect our property values. So safety is our school systems are key to those two things, our churches, and the historic significances that we have. I mean, you go to Magnolia Springs, you go to Fairhope, you go to Stockton, you go to these different places, and they have their own unique cultures, and we need to protect those cultures that exist. I don't mean we can't grow, because over the next 25 years, the data shows we're going to be at, I think, 480,000 residents versus the 250-ish thousand now. So, I mean, people are moving here, and they're moving here for a reason, because we're pretty awesome. And so
part of the problem with being so awesome.
Well, people want some of that, right? And I think we can really take a look at some of our subdivision regulations. We don't want to harm business owners, and we don't want to become roadblocks. I think we really need to help people that are building. I don't like the word no. I believe there's always a way to get something done. It may not be now. It may be money. It may be time, but I don't like the word no. So I think we need to work with our business owners. We need to work with our constituents, the residents here in the county, to improve the quality of life. Our roads and infrastructure, we focused on north-south, bringing tourists to the beach, basically,
Sure,
right?
sure.
I own a tourism-based business. We've done a great job bringing tourists down here. We need to focus on the people that live here in this county. We need to focus on the people traveling to work and schools every day and picking their kids up. We really need to focus on our eastern western corridors and some of the alternative routes that are outside of, Highway 59 and Beach Express. We really need to put some emphasis, and whether that's taking a look and really enhancing and putting some, some more money behind roads and infrastructure, whether that's bonding or whatever. But there's some things we need to, I think we need to look at taking. Current county commission's done a good job, and infrastructure is always going to lag behind growth. Just, the people come and then you build, so catching up. But I think we need to put an emphasis on taking care of the people that live here.
Gotcha. On that subject, how do you think we balance, the growing responsibly with people's property rights?
Well, I mean, you own land, I own land. I mean, you don't want to have to go face 800 hurdles and roadblocks to put a shed in your backyard, right? I mean, you got to be diligent, and you got to be very careful with what you do. We don't want to infringe on property rights, but at the same time, you don't want uncontrolled, unchecked, hey, let's just build,
solar farm.
Hog farm, pig farm. Not against farms, but
trying to transition into the solar farm.
I
get you.
I get you. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not for anything that doesn't benefit Baldwin County.
That's right.
If it doesn't benefit Baldwin County, that's not something I'm for. And currently, I've not seen a huge public benefit or even it's minuscule, the benefits that have been touted to me. So there may be more information to come. I'm not saying there's not, but as it stands currently, that's not something I'm in favor of.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and I think that's well received across Baldwin County, and I'm glad to see folks stepping up and kind of, looking at their community and what they want to come into it and kind of having that conversation. And hopefully we get that thing going and the right choices are made. Let's talk about, you're not running against an incumbent. You're running against two others, candidates in this race. Why are you the voters' best choice?
One, I'm going to fight harder than anybody for the residents of this county. I'm going to do what's right for this county. I'm going to listen. So I will return every text, every call, and I will listen to the people. I won't vote for my own convictions over the convictions of the people. 90% of the people say, hey, this is an issue, and I'm part of the 10%. I'm going to go with the 90%. That is my job as a county commissioner. I have a background in industrial automation and controls. So I was an electrician by trade, worked as an instrument technician. Being in automation and controls, I think there's some ways we can improve efficiencies, within our government, whether that's using AI to enhance going to DMV, for instance. Not saying that we want to do that, but I think it's something where, you could walk up to a kiosk and get renewals maybe. I don't know if the technology is out there, but those are certainly things I'd like to explore and work with the other commissioners on. I can't get anything done by myself. I believe in working as a team, and I've built great relationships throughout this county. And I believe the relationships that I have will help us get more done in the county and in Montgomery if we all work together. And I think I can bring some cohesiveness to what we have now and enhance that further than what's already there. Not saying there's discord there, but I believe that that's what I can do. I'll fight for our values. We want to protect what we have here. What's important here is our communities, and I'm going to fight to protect the communities first and foremost. That's what's important. I will fight for the eastern western corridors. I'm going to fight for more infrastructure improvements for the people of this county. I want to make sure that the people of this county are taken care of first and foremost, and not anybody from outside the county, whether that's the tourists coming in. We've done a great job getting them here. They spend a lot of money here, and they provide a lot of services here. We've got to focus on us, and my job and my goal is to put us first and focus on everybody in the county. Whether you live in a municipality or you're in an unincorporated area, I want to serve you first and foremost.
So you're running in the Republican primary as
yes,
Republican.
Sir. As a Republican, my name's Tater. I'm from South Alabama, but I guess I need to reiterate I'm a Republican.
Nice. No, I was going to say, how are you going to make sure that the Republican values and the conservative values translate over into what you're doing at County Commission?
Well, we got to protect our kids. I mean, you got to protect the next generation. We can't allow the DEI policies and a lot of the liberal policies to come into play. We've really got to protect our young people. You got to protect safety. I mean, you got to be safe. We got to back the blue. We got to back our police department. We got to back our fire. We really got to keep a community. I mean, when you lose your communities, when you lose your cities, when you lose your county. And so we really got to protect our communities. I mean, and these, we got a lot of small pockets. Those have to be protected. And to me, that's our number one job, is keep our conservative values, where that's religion, private property rights, et cetera, but let's protect our communities.
Absolutely. So as county commissioner, what do you think you guys' role should be, or what is your stance on some of the library issues going on right now?
If I would have been running in the council race, I probably would have just went and checked all the books out and set them on fire and on a Facebook Live video and wrote them a check for however much those books cost, and I would have been the person that removed them all. But yeah, That's one way to solve a problem.
There you go. That's a business perspective for sure.
You know, it's quick, fast, it's in a hurry, you know, it's efficient.
Right. That's right.
Don't cost a lot, you know, for the amount of time that they spend on this. As far as the county role, there's a book share program, and they get books. The county gets books to all the other, I guess, libraries per se.
You're talking about like the courier program?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, that needs to stay in because I mean, you got a lot of smaller libraries, but I mean, you know, the APLS has spoken and John Wall has spoken, and I'm not any different than their stance on the issue.
Gotcha. So I know the courier program is very important to, you know, when you look at library systems, like let's say in Robertsdale, Somerdale, getting the right books or the books in that they need to really service their community. But one thing Foley did, and I'm not sure if other cities are, but we put in there that, you know, there's limitations on that library card based off of age and based off of the parents' parental rights and things like that. So I think that's a good thing because if we have books in Fairhope that are not ideal or shouldn't be in front of kids, that helps at least give that parent some guidance as far as what's going on with it. So, yeah.
And I believe they have a way that they can sign off for their kid to say they've got unfettered access into the library. But that's the parent's right?
Sure.
You know, to say, hey, I want to allow my kid to you know, it's not my, you know, our job is to dictate parents on how to parent. The parents' job is to dictate to their children. So I don't think that's a government function.
Hope you're enjoying the Tim Lauer podcast so far. We talk about all things small business, real estate, politics, local and national issues that affect you most. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to drop a comment below. I read and reply to each and every one. Now let's get back to it. What is it that you want people to know about you that we haven't talked about already?
Mention a couple stories, I guess.
Okay.
One's how I met my wife. So I worked overseas. I was in Peru working for Chicago Bridge and Iron Engineering. And I'd been down there, I guess, about 8 months. So it was August 21st, 22nd of 2010. And I walked by McDonald's and I seen a pretty young lady in there, blonde-headed, and I didn't know if she spoke English or not. And a lot of the visitors to Peru are European. So when I say you don't, you know, if you see somebody Caucasian, you don't really know if they speak English or not. It's a pretty... it's more often than not that they do not speak English.
Okay.
So I go in there, I get a hamburger. I just been to another restaurant and had a bad meal. Peru's got great food, but the place I'd eaten before was not good. And so I was like, I'll just go to McDonald's and scarf something down. I'll get something good. I've been in the main camp, you know, so for a couple of weeks. So I was ready for something else other than chicken and rice.
Nice.
So anyway, Sarah was in there. She was with her mom, and we went, and I sat down next to them, and I heard them speak English. So we started talking, and me and her's been together ever since. We went out later that evening, and so we met at a McDonald's in Lima, Peru, in South America.
That's pretty cool.
That is one thing I like to share. Another's, I'm from Saraland, Alabama, born and raised.
Gotcha.
Grew up, there's my house, another house, and I don't know, 5-7 miles of dirt road. Born and raised there. My mom, my brother, my sister still live there. My dad passed away a couple years ago. He was he led the electrical division for GA West at one time, helped found it, carried his master's license in about 16 states. So a little bit about my family background. We kind of all come from that kind of construction background. I'm a third. My son's a fourth. So I'm proud of that. He got to carry on my name. So, I'm proud of him and what he's doing these days. It's just like I'm sure proud of your kids. You got one in the Air Force, and the other one's, I guess, going to be a real estate mogul like you.
That's right. Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, those are a couple of the things I'm proud of that not everybody knows about me. I really I've got a really good friend in Huntsville. His name's Dewey Brazelton, and he has been a great mentor. you know, some of these guys, Jimmy Harrell's another guy I talk with, some of these guys that have built businesses and companies, and you can sit and just listen to the stories of these guys and in business or government or what have you, the people that's been ahead of you, and they've got, you know, 40 years my senior, or plus, but the amount of knowledge and wisdom they have, you know, for me, it's so much fun for me to just sit there and listen and pick those guys' brains. I love it. And
awesome.
A lot of people don't know that about me because I got one friend, he's like, you just sit there and just try to suck information. I'm like, well, I like to learn. And I enjoy it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll tell you, as we kind of wrapping this thing up, you know, I've known you for probably at least 5, maybe more years.
Yeah.
You kind of got established over there in Orange Beach, saw you grow your business into something huge. So I've seen the impact of that. I've always seen you with your wife, Sarah, or family, which says a lot back to your conservative values. And you've been an intricate role in the coastal chamber and different things in our community. So thank you for that. And it's awesome that you're stepping up and you're wanting to make a difference in the community. And it's very commendable. So if you had something to say to the voters, or I know you have something to say to the voters, what do you want to say to the voters out there?
One, I'm Tater Harris. You'll get a conservative Republican who will fight for you, who will listen to you. You can't learn anything by talking. I'm a firm believer in that. You learn by listening. And who will vote for what the constituents want. I may not agree with the 90%, but if 90% want one thing and I don't agree, I will vote with the 90% because the residents are who put me in office. You know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I know this. So listening and learning, there's a ton of smart people, and I believe you can learn something from everyone. And I will learn something from everyone I talk to. That's a goal of mine. And I'm also endorsed by the Farmers Federation.
Nice.
So the Farmers Federation has endorsed me in this race. Go ahead.
I was going to say, of course they're going to endorse somebody named Tater.
Well, you know.
But I'm sure it comes back to your values.
Yeah, and protecting private property rights. And, you know, we will do our best to protect our farmers. We will do our best to protect the people that live, work, and sleep here. You know, we become tourist driven, which is fine. It provides a lot of services for the county, for the state even. But we've got to take care of us. And my goal as county commissioner is to take care of the people that live here first and foremost.
Awesome. Thank you for being on the show today, Tater.
Thank
Great
you.
talking to you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.